okulya emirimu naye ffe ettaffaali eyokutaano yenkola yaffe ettaffaali yadda service delivery okutuusa obuweereza eri abantu ogenda kukuba ambush twalanga esaawa namunana okyalina omulabe bwana okugema n'okujjanjaba togenda kugamba esaawa zituuse emisana kanve mu ambush twalanga ebyo by'omushamu bamuli ebyengedde okulamula kati amataffaali omusanvu omugaganya ku nyumba ya Uganda mu myaka 40 egiyise empaka ziri mu bantu ettaffaali erisooka ly'ettaffaali ly'eddembe eddembe erindyogeddeko nnyo ebyo byonna eddembe biri mu service delivery litandikira mu katabo ke nasindika mu byalo ebyobufuzi ebitali mu kusosola mawanga kati ettaffaali y'omukaaga litafari lya katale ebyobufuzi ebyo byatusobozesa okukola ekibiina okweraliikirira kubanga ndaba mu Uganda mulinyo ate n'okukola amagye ag'amaanyi na polisi n'ebitongole birala ebyo byonna wamu bye bisobodde okukuuma eddembe mu Uganda kyetaaga amasanyu ettaffaali ly'okukola enkulaakulana enguudo n'okwesaddaaka amazzi essimu ebyo byonna amasomero n'okutegeera kubanga bwe mpulira ettaffaali lyokusatu ly'ettaffaali ly'obugagga yogera ku nga bwenjogeddeko kigambo kya Africa obugagga bulina enjawukana n'enkulaakulana ya ffenna etandise okukulaakulana naye obugagga bwa kinoomu era tumaze okulaba nti akatale ka Uganda tekamala kyekigambo ky'emirimu twetaaga akatale emirimu gisangibwa mu gavumenti ab'emirimu giri mu gavumenti naye si mingi olwekyo gavumenti erina emirimu 48 yokka ate ne mukolagana emirimu egisinga giri mu Kenya Tanzania East Africa okulaba nti obugatta n'obuvubi obukola ssente akatale ka Africa abakola ebya bizinesi bafune okuyambibwa bafuna akatale akagazi akanasobola okugula ebintu byabwe awatali ekyo bagenda kulemwa abayeekera ne basenguka ne bagenda Amerika n'awalala okukolerayo emirimu kubanga akatale wano kalemye byengedde ettaffaali y'omusanvu tono kyekigambo kya East African Federation naye ffe yenkola yadda fe abalwanyi twagala kugatta East Africa simu byefuna byokka kuba ambush n'okulinda esaawa nebuziba saawa namunana okyalina omulabe bwana n'okutuusa n'okwerinda togenda kugamba nti saawa zituuse ekyemisana Africa eri mu kabi kanve mu ambush ebyo byemu bamuli ebyengedde the intelligentsia kati amataffaali omusanvu NRM getadde ku nyumba ya Uganda mu myaka 40 egiyise nga ba chiefs ettaffaali erisooka ly'ettaffaali ly'eddembe gye bakola kubanga ba chiefs bano ndyogeddeko nnyo betwalina wano eddembe balagajalira omulimu gwabwe litandikira mu ebyobufuzi ebitali mu kusosola mawanga obwetavashkotagama ebyobufuzi byatusobozesa okukola ekibiina ekisobola okugatta Uganda mu East Africa ate n'okukola amagye ag'amaanyi na polisi n'ebitongole birala 98 ebyo byonna awamu bye bisobodde okukuuma eddembe mu Uganda n'alumba b'e Mombasa abo ettaffaali eryokubiri yenkulaakulana enguudo amasannyalazi awona n'alabula essimu ebyo byonna amasomero amalwaliro abantu abapya b'amaanyi abatandise ettaffaali ly'obugagga nga bw'enjogeddeko olwaleero ku lwale bakabaka baffe bali mu obugaga bulina enjawukana n'enkulaakulana ya ffenna talinamu laatiri naye obugaga bwa kinoomu kwambala amaliba n'okubeerawo ettaffaali lyokuna kyekigambo ky'emirimu kye bakola okutukuuma emirimu gisangibwa mu gavumenti olw'emirimu gavumenti naye si mingi nga tuweewuunya okulaba nti gavumenti erina emirimu 48 gyokka 1498 naye emirimu egisinga obungi giri mu bubondo naye omuzungu omulala obulimi n'obulunzi n'obuvubi obukola sente munda ya Africa yajja 1862. That's a difference of emyaka bikumi bina and then akabonda akokuna emyaka bya kalimagezi yali emala abafrika okwetegeka ettaffaali lyokuna bali balabye akabi kayiseewo gyetusanga.
This is the quickest way to go from AI beginner to AI fluent in 2026. Watch this.
Service delivery.
So this is how I became the most dangerous person in the room. One habit changed everything. I replaced social media with microlearning. Now, instead of wasting time on social media, I spend 15 minutes a day actually learning how to use AI for writing, planning, brainstorming, the real work. That's it, just one skill a day. This is the 28-day AI challenge built for beginners over 40. Starts tomorrow. Tap the screen to join us and try the one habit that really makes you unstoppable.
Security.
Got a great business idea? Give it a domain name from GoDaddy. Every order comes with our effortless AI experience, GoDaddy Aero, which will generate a logo, landing page, and more for you in just a few clicks. With our award-winning support, it couldn't be easier to start an online business with us, which is why we're trusted by more than 20 million customers. Unlock your online potential today with GoDaddy.
Naye okuyimiriza wensi kyetaaga amasanyu n'okukola kubanga abaganda n'okwesandaaka nti kijoomanyi kinyaga bitono ate n'okutegeera naye bano baamanya bwempulira bwensoma amawulire banyagibwa kigambo kya Afrika ki nti baali beebase tebafaayo. Kati nammwe ensonga ya Uganda etandise okukulaakulana kubanga muli wano bayigirize era tumaze okulaba nti akatale ka Uganda tekamala twetaaga akatale biyitiridde munange aka Africa yonna East Africa ne baba honorable mulina okujjayo ensonga eyo kwabo ate ne mukolagana n'abaganda bamwe ab'e Kenya ab'e Tanzania ab'e East Africa ab'Africa okulaba nti mugatta akatale ka Africa abakola ebya bizinesi bafune okuyambibwa bafuna akatale akagazi akanasobola okugula ebintu byabwe. Awatali ekyo bagenda kulemwa ne basenguka ne bagenda Amerika n'awalala okukolerayo emirimu kubanga akatale wano kalemye. Ettaffaali ly'omusanvu ky'ekigambo kya East African Federation. Okuva edda fe abalwanyi tubadde twagala kugatta East Africa si byenfuna byokka n'ebya obufuzi n'okwerinda kubanga kati Africa eri mu kabi era mwe the intelligentsia abasomye mugenda kukola ensobi yemu ngaba chiefs gye bakola kubanga ba chiefs bano betwalina wano balagajjalira omulimu gwabwe kubanga omuzungu gwe bayita Vasco da Gama yayita mu East Africa omwaka 1498 yagenda Mombasa n'alumba be Mombasa abo n'agenda India awo n'alabula Abafrika wano nti waliwo abantu abapya b'amaanyi abatandise kujja mu kitundu kyaffe naye kyenaku bakabaka baffe bali mu bitiibwa ebitalina mulaatiri kwambala amaliba n'okubeerawo bakabaka naye tebalina kyebakola okutukuuma kati muyinza kati weewuunya okulaba nti Vasco da Gama yayita wano 1498 naye omuzungu omulala Huntington Speak eyayingira munda ya Africa yajja 1862. That's a difference of emyaka 1400. Emyaka yali emala Abafrika okwetegeka kubanga bali balabye akabi kayiseewo kubanga Abaganda bano olugero lugamba nti kijoomanyi kinyaga bitono naye bano bamanya naye ate banyagibwa ekyo kitegeeza ki nti baali beebase tebafaayo kati nammwe mugenda kubeera nga bakabaka abo kubanga muli wano bayigirize abamawulire simanyi biki fourth estate ebitiibwa biyitiridde munange ne baba honorable mwabawulira kwabo honorable bajuddeeyo n'ebitiibwa ebirala ebitiibwa byamaanyi naye kati wotwogerera Omwamerika ali ku mwezi omwezi gwa Katonda Omwamerika atuuseyo Omurussia amusanzeeyo Omuchina naye n'agenda ku mwezi kati n'Omuyindi naye agenze ku mwezi naye ffe Abafrika tuli wano Abazungu bali ku mwezi batulengera bwe bati tetubalaba batulaba tetubalaba naye abantu baffe tebafaayo bali mu bitiibwa bali mu kuzina mpaka chini kati awo nze neeraliikirira nti abantu bano nga tebalaba akabi kubanga omuntu bw'abeera bwakusingira ddala amagezi obeera mu kabi si kirungi okusigala emabega mu kumanya n'okukola so y'ensonga ffe twagamba nti bannange tugatte Africa ku lw'akatale economically mu byenfuna naye ate okwerinda okugatta Africa mu byakatale tekimala, tulina okwegatta politically, tukole federation ya East Africa. Era abantu bange bano babaleetere ekifaananyi kyange, bring my picture which you can give to these people here. So okubedda tubali twagala okukolagana n'aba East Africa balala tukole federation ya East Africa, tusobole okugatta amanyi gaffe gonna, naffe tubeere n'obuyinza kubeera mu nyanja n'amagye gaffe gye bayita neve, okubeera n'amagye gaffe mu bbanga, okubeera n'amagye gaffe ku lukalu wano, n'eri mu space naffe tugendeyo tulabe abazungu kye bakola eyo. Naye kati politics ezo tebalowa zoogerako mu bya wano.
What's better after 50 when? Gym or Tai Chi?
One builds ego, the other reverses time.
How to start Tai Chi workout for 7 minutes a day. We start this Monday. In 1 week, you'll see your energy. In 2 weeks, you'll feel your breath. In 3 weeks, you'll have energy and your wife won't believe your results. Here is the personalized plan of short Tai Chi workouts tailored for beginners over 50. It takes just 7 minutes per day. Beginner friendly and requires no equipment. You can work out anytime, anywhere. Just open the app and follow along.
Politics zawana. So n'olwekyo namba 7 sitafari, it's not a tafari which we have put on the house of Uganda. It is actually one of the targets kyetunatuukako, naye ebirala byonna waliwo kyetukozeeko. Kati ago matafari 7, n'olwekyo eri 7 eri kirowoozo kyetwanjidde ku meza ya Uganda, tubanange twegatte politically so that we can survive. The black race is making a very big mistake. Waliwo obusibutono bw'abazungu bwebuli obusibutono bw'abazungu Denmark, obusibutono bwebuli, naye bulina sseddume abukuuma ye United States. Bwe bafuna ekizibu sseddume ajja n'abutaasa. Bali abalala balina Russia, aba Eastern balina Russia, aba China balina ensi yaabwe y'amaanyi. Naye ffe abaddugavu bambi tetulina sseddume yenna, tuli awo. N'olwekyo z'ensonga 7 ze twateeka mu manifesto ebimu waliwo kyetukozeeko naye waliwo kino n'okusinga ddala kino ekisembayo kikyali kirowoozo naye kyandibadde kirungi abavubuka mujjumbire ekirowoozo kino mukologane n'abalala ba East Africa mbeko kyemukola otherwise Africa yinza kubeera mu kabenje ng'abakabaka ke batuleetera obu n'Abaganda balino kibaita ndiwulira mwali mukiwuliddeko ndiwulira kali akawuka kabeera mu kasooli kati mwe muri bandiwulira ndiwulira abazungu bagenda kujja ne bawamba ensi yammwe kubanga temulina kyemukoze okunyweza amaanyi muli awo naye ne secretariat naye n'omusango kubanga simanyi ku lwaki secretariat tenyonyola nsonga zino TV olaba ebiriwo okwemansula abawala there's no serious work of sensitization.
Okay, ndowooza mukulu Dombe ensonga eyo gy'olidde bulungi esembyeyo ogwo omulimu ndowooza mukoleko tweyanziza nnyo ssebo President ensonga ozinnyonnyodde bulungi nkakasiza ddala nti abantu bazitegedde naye bwe tuddayo ku namba 3 ne namba 4 awo waliwo embeera nti osomesezza abaana bangi mu nteekateeka AIUPE USE abamu ne baweererwa ne ku zi university ne bafuba okukola obugagga ate abamu ne batandikawo emirimu naye ensonga y'emisolo etabudde abantu ebagobye ku mirimu beebo bowulira abeeri omuguju oba abanyiivu okukamala ne batandika n'okwogerera amafuukule n'obanga ataliiko kyokoze eri eggwanga lino abavubuka abo layisinsi ze zigobye mu bizinensi emisolo nga n'ensimbi ezimu mmwe muzibawa mu gavumenti naye ng'ate emisolo gisudde bizinensi ezo oba oli awo ne babulwa n'ezisasula ogenda kubasalira magezi ki?
Emisolo egya gavumenti migenderedde ate terina kabi singa eteekeddwa mu nkola nga bwe tugigereka kubanga emisolo tugiteeka ku ebintu ebiva bweru ebijja wano ate byakwejalabya omuntu bw'abeera mu bulimi tewali misolo bw'aba asuubula ebirime ebya wano tewali misolo okujjako bw'asiita town councils ezo oluusi ziteeka kwempooza empooza ezo siziwagira era naziwera saga wagonja okumujja kwempooza n'abeemenvu abo emisolo erina okubeera ku bintu ebiva bweru imports wamu n'ebirala byetugula mu maduuka si production but consumer should not tax production but tax consumer. Twaranga singa omuntu atunda gonja omuleka n'atunda bw'afuna akasente tumuggyako obusuulu muleke oyinza kumuwa license ku ntandikwa y'omwaka naye si musolo gwa buli kyatunda simpooza buli kyatunda katomuleka nafuna akasente Uganda bamanyi wafuna akasente akawerako agenda mu baara n'agula bbiya kati awo aba yeereese yekka kubanga nateeka ddaka omusolo ku cupa ya bbiya so tolina kukayana naye muleke afune akasente ye kenyini agenda kwereeta yekka kubanga Uganda bamanyi bagala nnyo utucupa twa bbiya bagala ebinyumu. They will come and pay their tax voluntarily and happily. Bano bazzukulu bange abawala bagala nnyo obuli bwa kalufuwa buli obuwoowo kati waliwo omusolo ku buli kakebe. So this should be okay, you give them ono ye mukulu waabwe.
Kino kyekifaananyi President kyabadde ayogerako ekyabakulu bano abaalina ekirowoozo ekya federation era gaali mawulire gafuluma 1963 e Kampala wano nga bisoma federation this year. Now the top level talks end in Nairobi. Abakulu abali muno abalabikako era bemumanyi ndowooza kuliko Milton Obote, kuliko Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere awamu ne Jomo Kenyatta.
Kale mwebale. So kule lwa central government tekuli misolo ekosa omuntu yena okujja koyo asaka okuva ebweru ate n'asaka ebyokwejalabya naye bw'oba osuubula ebirala osuubula ebikalu ekyokulabirako wano mu Uganda tekuli musolo. Bw'oba oli mu kulima n'okulunda tekuli misolo era n'omusolo gw'omutwe twagugjawo. Waliwo omusolo gwa graduated tax twagugjawo. So naye aba town council abo impose ezo siziwagira era ngenda kuzirwanyisa tizeetaagisa. Omusolo omulala guli income tax. The income tax nayo eri waggulu. I don't support the income tax of 30%. Maybe 10% will be better. Income tax, so that abantu bafusigaza akasente batandika to invest. So the misolo gyemanyi is import duty ku byokwejalabya, is consumer tax on things like beer, is income tax, which I think also should be brought down. 30% is too high. Otherwise, there's no tax that would hurt. If you want to turn Uganda into a supermarket, Uganda, China, China, no. Ulina okuweereza emisolo kubanga kyokola kireeta ekikulukuto like ng'obulwadde bw'abakyala obw'ekikulukuto omusaayi guvaamu awatali without stopping. This is why these African countries are in a bad situation. So imports must be taxed. If that's what you are talking about, then you are not right. It is in order to tax imports.
Okay, tuyanza nnyo President ndowooza abavubuka mutegedde emirimu gye mulina okwenyigiramu egitaliiko nteekateeka ya musolo ate era ne muzeeyi kyayogeddeko ekyogukendeezaako guno gwa income tax kijja tukolera ddala bulungi. Kakati owekitiibwa President, waliwo ebibuuzo ebiri mu bannaffe wano.
Twali lwakitula muzzukulu wange Sandra yali mu ba group gye nasanga lwakitula yali tamanyi internal distribution okusuubula ebya wano. Nimusomesa n'akkiriza nimuwa amatooke, enkota z'amatooke okuva ntungamu. Yagenda n'agatunda wano mu katale n'ajjamu kasente katono ayongedde capital ye. Nobody paid tax to her. Okujjako ab'obutale abo okubajjako imposer. This is the one we need to control.
Okay, ndowooza Sandra mumujjukira bulungi ow'amatooke ge. Kaakati Rachel Namuli Nakabugo, jangu sembera wano oteekeyo ekibuuzo kino eri omukulembeze w'eggwanga.
You don't need a second job. You just need to know these AI tools.
So this is how I became the most dangerous person in the room. One habit changed everything. I replaced social media with micro-learning. Now, instead of wasting time on social media, I spend 15 minutes a day actually learning how to use AI for writing, planning, brainstorming, the real work. That's it, just one skill a day. This is the 28-day AI challenge built for beginners over 40. Starts tomorrow. Tap the screen to join us and try the one habit that really makes you unstoppable.
Oweekitiibwa President, nsanyuse nnyo guno omukisa ogumpeereddwa. Erinnya nze Namuli Nakabugo Rachel era nga ndi musasi wa BBS Telefina mu bendobendo eri Wakiso. Oweekitiibwa President, mu Wakiso mwempangaalira mukyalimu ekizibu eky'ettaka era nga abantu betuwangala nabo mu kitundu gamba nga mu meetings etubeera nazo mu ba LC nawa ekizibu nga bagamba nti obukiiko bw'ettaka bungi ng'oba oli awo buviiriddeko abantu kugamba nti obangambe justice delayed is justice denied. Okugeza nti waliwo ba RDC nabo bogera ku ttaka, waliwo ministry y'eby'ettaka, waliwo n'obukiiko obuli mu ofiisi y'Opresidenti ow'ekitiibwa, waliwo akakiiko kali mu poliisi akandolinga ku byattaka, waliwo ne zonal offices ezibeera ku district. Oweekitiibwa President nga wakyaliwo ekizibu naye ng'okuwumbawumba ng'abamu bagamba nti oba oli awo enkola ya land fund yandiyambeeko mu kutereza enkola y'ebyettaka lwakubanga ate nayo temanyikiddwa mu bantu oba okubeera nga bagimanyiiko enkola yaayo. Neyanza nnyo neyanzeeke.
Okay, tweyanza ndowooza ekibuuzo kituuse bulungi. Ndowooza President wali tusooke tuddemu ekyo oluvannyuma tujja kufuna ekisembayo.
Ekigambo ky'ettaka ensobi yava mu bazungu mu Buganda wano. Ensobi yava mu bazungu n'abo abatulyamu olukwe ne bakolagana n'abazungu. Abazungu bwe baali bawamba Uganda, Kabaka Mwanga ne Kabalega babawakanya bagezako obutakkiriza kufugibwa abazungu. Kati abazungu ne balumba Mwanga ne Kabalega. Okubalumba ne wabawo Abafrika be bakozesa okulwanyisa Mwanga ne Kabalega. Bali bakulemberwa Apollo Kagwa. Kati abantu abo abayamba abazungu, omuzungu n'abasasula buli omu square mile 8 za mailo bwetu bwe yatandika nti kubanga onyambye okulyamu ensi y'olukwe nkuwadde akasiimo square mile 8 ke kanana kemuwulira kubanga abantu abo abatulyamu olukwe bali 1,000 chiefs buli omu mayiro 8 ke kanana kemuwulira. Kati ensobi yali omu enene yali nti ettaka eryo erya kanana kwali kw'abantu banansangwawo baliwo. Kati ono bano ba Apollo Kagwa bwe bafuna obwanannyini ne batandika okubajjamu obusuulu okujja mu bali banansangwawo obusuulu nti leeta obusuulu kubeera ku ttaka lyange, leeta obusuulu, leeta waliwo obusuulu waliwo envujjo. I don't even know the difference. Kati okuva 19 abakopi ne babonaabona. Kati awo omuzungu kwe kuleeta pamba nayagala Abannayuganda balime pamba ne bagezako okulima pamba, naye abakopi pamba gwe balimanga tebali tebaganyirwamu kubanga nannyini ttaka yali abajjako pamba nyingi owekibanja nasigaza pamba omutono, so nga yalimye pamba. Okwo ne bongerako okugoba abantu bano abamayiro. Kati awo abakopi kwe kwediima 1920 gye bayitanga.
GoDaddy has the perfect hosting plan for any website. From low-cost shared hosting to your own virtual server. Every plan comes with a 99.9% uptime guarantee along with a free domain name and award-winning support. No wonder we're the world's #1 web host. Unlock your online potential today with GoDaddy.
Hello. Mutoji kwani kyebayitanga batakabu abataka okwedi n'abataka nabo balimu kwedimuuka abataka abakulu b'ebika kubanga omukugabana kuli abakulu b'ebika babegiramu ddala ettaka baliweereza bano abatulyemu olukwe kati ab'ebika bali tebafuna ttaka kati ab'ebika baali bakwataganye n'abakopi kati gavana nyongera kawa ndetere ndijo gavana kwe kuteekawo akakiiko 1924 akakiiko k'okubuuliriza akakiiko ako ne kanjula 27 omukwanjula ne kateekamu ensonga 2 ez'amaanyi emu ne kagamba nti bano ab'amayiro tebaddamu kugoba ow'ekibanja okuggyako gavana akkiriza ate ekyokubiri obusuulu bubeku ekikomo kati abo omuzungu kubanga omuzungu kati yali atandise bali abatulyemu olukwe omulimu gwabwe gwali guwedde kati baali baagala pamba baagala abakopi balime pamba n'olwekyo amaanyi gaba mayiro bagakendeeza owekibanja nafunako wakiri kati gavana bwe yasalawo ebyo ebibiri n'adibya mayiro bali abamayiro tebakyafunamu nga bo baali batandise kufunamu kujja obusuulu obutaliko kikomo ku bakopi naawo mayiro yali tekyalinamu kivaamu ky'amaanyi kati kwe kutandika okutunda kati fe okujja Amini naja 1975 nagamba nti mayiro njijjeewo dikuri ya Amini bwe twajja luvannyuma kubanga nze ndiwa wano wadda byonna mbimanyi naye ngamba nti ono mayiro ow'olwaleero tekyali mayiro ng'olio eyasooka singa babadde bali abamayiro abasooka sandi bakwatiddwa kisa nandibagjeemu but the ones who are there now bagula yes bagula ekintu ekiriko ekizibu banga siraba ku lwaki ogula ettaka eririko abantu oyagala kulunda abantu oyagala kulunda ki why do you buy land which is occupied by people naye nagamba nti wadde ensobi si kituufu okubagiramu awo naye okuva kati tunyweze ziri ensonga ebbiri eza gavana za 1928 kubanga ekiragiro ekyavamu kubuuliza kuli kyali ekiragiro kya Busura Nvujolo obu 1928 tugumye ensonga ezo ebbiri owekibanja tagobebwa ate obusuulu buliko ekikomo kati abamayiro ne bagamba nti nga buno obusuulu butono yetubagamba nti yes butono naye bulinamu ekyamakulu. Nembabuuza nti mulaba abasirikale bankubira salute eri mu sente emeka? Temuli sente naye kabonero nti sebo nkutegedde oli muntu mukulu. N'olwekyo buno obusuulu nomino, omuluzungu bakiyita nomino, si bwa busuubuzi. It is just a signal that I recognize your interest. N'olwekyo kubanga netugamba nti okulamula abantu bano okubalamulira ddala kyandibadde ekirungi oli nanyini kyapa afune sente bamusasule aveemu owekibanja atwalire ddala obwananyini ye land fund gye mugamba eyo. So that was our, let me say, speak in English, because Uganda I may not explain it very well. So therefore, our solution was to preserve the rights of the tenant, but arrange for eventual solution to the minor owner by paying him off. But we didn't have money to pay all these at a go. Nevertheless, ekiragiro nga bwe kiri, ow'ekibanja atakirizibwa kugoba ow'ettaka atakirizibwa kugoba ow'ekibanja. Bino ebyokubagoba babakanga awatali kiragiro kyonna. So those people bye mugamba ebya Wakiso oyinza kusanga buli butamanya bwa abebanja babakanga bukanzi, babakanga bukanga naye kibanna kiragiro singa mulina RDC amanyi kyakola teyandisobodde okukkiriza abantu abo okubatawaanya. Ab'amataka bagumikirize. We helped them by bringing back their right, because the decree had removed the landlords completely. But they should be patient. Yes, you may die without getting anything, but your grandchild will get compensation when we have the money. So the ultimate solution, mujye mulambuleko waliwo ekitundu bakiyita Kirema, Genosare namuyamba nasasulira.
A 26-year-old kid trying to fix a 57-year-old body, where that's the real problem.
Your husband doesn't need advice from someone who's never felt joint pain or a slow metabolism.
The truth is, anyone can walk 20 times less and still get better results.
Really? So what should he do instead?
Tai Chi walking. 10 minutes a day gives the same results as hours of regular walking. Less stress, more energy, and it's made especially for men over 50.
Of course, I got it. How long before he sees results with Tai Chi walking?
In 3 days, he'll feel better. In 7 days, his energy will change. And in a month, you won't even recognize him.
How does he start?
Just click the link and start tomorrow.
Abebanja kati balina obwananyini. They are doing very well in Kirema, near Chikandwa, near Semuto. That is the way to go. Compensate The landlord and the Bibanja owners have the ownership. But even before that, there is no owetakatakiriza okuga ow'ekibanja oba okumutemako ekibanja kye.
Tweyanza nnyo Pulezidenti, ndowooza ensonga eyo abannawakiso etegeerekese bulungi ddala. Kati
bano bye babagamba nti mwegule wangenda kubatunda. Tikirina makulu, yes. Ne bw'oguza ow'ettaka omupya, bwe mba mugoberera ekiragiro, ono ow'ettaka agula kipapula, nze ndi ku kibanja, nze ow'ekibanja ndi ku ttaka lyange, togenda kunzijawo. Ate tolina okungamba nti weegule. It makes no difference whether it is the old minor owner or a new one, because me, I have my ownership according to the law. So you should study this, and you can get a lawyer to brief you so that you know.
Okay, ndowooza ab'ebibanja twesiimye nnyo kubanga tugenda kwerwanirira nga tutegedde lwaki tetulina kugobwa ku ttaka. Kakati Mwami Ssente Zakajubi, naawe sembera wano oteekeyo ekibuuzo ekyo.
Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti neeyanziza omukisa guno. Nze Ssente Zakajubi, nkola ne Kingdom TV oba KTV ne Kinamusatu Kingdom FM, zisangibwa Mmengo mu Kisenyi. Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti, waliwo ensonga y'abantu abadaama basangibwa Buyikweyo basoba mu 380. Abadaama abo Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti baagobwa ku bibanja byabwe n'obasuubiza okubasasula, naye n'okutuusa kati kibadde tekinnagenda mu nkola.
Ani abagoba ku bibanja?
Babagoba ku bibanja byabwe baali babifuna ku mirembe Gobote. Kati mu kiseera kino bagumbye.
Babagoberawa?
Babagobera Buyikwe.
Ani abagoba?
Ab'ebibanja babasengulako. Ebibanja ne babyeddiza. Babitwala.
Ani atwala?
Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti, ensonga eno bagamba nti ab'ebibanja babagoba ku bibanja nga bagamba nti babifuna mu butuufu, era mu kiseera kino bagumbye ku kitebe kya disitulikiti e Buyikwe, balemeddewo basoba mu 380 bamaze wiiki 2. Kati ensonga eyo Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti simanyi bono obayambamu.
Kanziye nsindikeyo omuntu waffe Museveni wa ogamba ki? Olina ekyo kimanyiko?
Efunaawo esobola okwogera onnyonnyola ensonga eyo.
Your Excellency, good evening. Good morning. Erinnya Woji Nathan, Senior Legal Officer, State House Land Department. Ensonga eyo gy'abadde ayogerako ebadde nga tejjangako eno waffe nga tugifunaako nga mu State House, naye nga kyenyinza okusaba olw'obutamalira nnyo Pulezidenti budde, mbadde nsaba tubeere nga tukwatagana nga era bwe yabadde nga tukwatagana ne baloya ba State House awamu ne RDC Mwami Matovu David RDC w'e Buyikwe.
Okay.
Sebo abantu b'e Buyikwe, abadaama n'amawanga amalala abasinga baali mu kibiina kya UPC nga bakolagana ne gavumenti ya UPC eyaliwo mu biseera ebyo. Mu kiseera eky'okwenunula nga gavumenti ya NRM ejja mu buyinza, olw'ebikolobero abantu abo beba kyaleetera abantu b'ekyalo okwesasuza abantu b'ekyalo okwesasuza mu kiseera ekyokununulwa, era abantu bangi ne bagoobwa ku bibanja byabwe ne badduka ne bajja eBukedi gye twali, kubanga twasenzaako abamu abaali badduka okuva e Bugerere. Ssebo abantu abo baagobwa ku bibanja bwe gutyo bwe gwali, naye ekyokusisinkana pulezidenti n'eyokusuubizibwa simanyi ngeri gye kyakolebwamu, kubanga abaayo be bandisibadde batubuulira nga bwe kyajja.
Ndowooza ensonga eyo aba ekitundu ekyo mulina okutuukirira abakulu ne musobola okuba nga mwongera okugittaanya esobole okutuuka ew'omukulembeze w'eggwanga. Olwo nno ajja kubanga agiwa attention emala.
Sabo moderator, waliwo ensonga endala Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti eva mu constituency gyenva ey'abamawulire bano. Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti, abamawulire bano okusooka banganye bonna balonzi, naye ensonga zaabwe buli kadde babeera boogera z'abalala guba muzindaalo. Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti watabeerawo aboogerera ne bagambye nti olunaku olwaleero ke bafunye omukisa Oweekitiibwa Pulezidenti nabo bagamba balina enteekateeka Pulezidenti ey'okwekulaakulanya, nga bagamba nti nabo obasuuleyo omukono Oweekitiibwa.
Okay.
I think the one of the Badama, Honorable Dombo has now reminded me, it was because of the friction caused by their being members of UPC, which was mistreating people. So when we defeated the UPC, then I think the villagers took advantage and chased them. I think the issue would have to be some compassionate payment. We call it ex gratia. Ex gratia to help them, because it was part of the historical, like when the British came and gave land to the Mairo. You see, we are now discussing Mairo after 100 years. Something created by somebody who was not even a Ugandan, but who happened to be here and had power. Nade Tenkora, which we are still fighting with now. Kati Abadama, because of the history, because where they were chased, now I think there are other people there. So now to chase the ones who are there now, maybe the ones who chased them took the land and sold it to somebody else. So the answer now is to get Banyankore call it Okshumbusha. Okshumbusha is where you come to the aid of somebody. We shall have to get support for them, but in a way we agree. Now, on the issue of the other one was what?
Constituency yaba mawulire eyo
etafiiridwako. When I was in the PDM, I pledged to give 100 million as a circle money for each of the zones. Mubende, I think, like that. and then a vehicle. That should be, because this was an old pledge, it should be fulfilled, to be fulfilled.
Ndowooza okutya kuli mu batesitesi naye ndowooza ekyo kijja kubanga kikolwako. Wekitiibwa President, twagala okwebaza nti otufisirizaawo akadde naffe n'otusinkana olunaku luno olwaleero. Ebibuuzo bibadde bingi naye olwakadde akagenze ate n'emirimu gy'olina emingi gy'okyakola mu kiro kino, ndowooza ebyo bye bitonotono nga sinazzaayo muzindaalo eri wa omukulu Ddombo. Ab'essaabagaba eyo abakiikiridde agambye nti amasomero ga secondary matono ddala, aga USE ate nga aga primary go gabadde gafubye okubeerayo. So kakati abo nabo bonna ab'okola enteekateeka ya gavumenti empya gye tukakasiza ddala nti ogenda kuba ogifuna balowoozeeko mu ngeri y'enjawulo. Naye si be bokka, ebitundu bingi amasomero gali mu mbeera mbi, agaliwo tegalina bizimbe ate ng'abaana b'eggwanga balina okusoma. Enteekateeka yo wagireeta eya bonna basome. Tweyanza nnyo ssebo, tweyanzeege. Mukama ayongere okuyisaamu akuwa embeera ennungi. Akalulu ke tugendamu kano akagenda okuba olunaku olw'enkya akakuyiseemu bulungi ate osobola okuba nga okawangula. Weebale nnyo, weebalire ddala.
Ssebo omukulembeze w'eggwanga, twagala okwebaza bannamawulire bano. Mulimu abavudde ku bizinga, mulimu abavudde ewala, era nga balina okutambula baddeyo basobole okuripootinga ebinaaba bivudde mu kulonda. Ssebo gw'omanyi engeri gy'otera okubasiibula okubasobozesa okuddayo enkola yo nga bw'ebadde bulijjo. Batandika e Luweero ne yonna gye tutambulidde, ssebo bakozesezza obuvunaanyizibwa obw'ekitalo okuripootinga prosesi ya kampeyini eno nga bw'ebadde. Nja kusaba ssebo Pulezidenti nga tumaze okuva mu lutabaalo luno ofuneyo akadde
Ngenda kubayita mujje tulye ente
obasisinkane, era n'oluvannyuma ssebo bangi bawandiika ebitali bituufu bwe tubanga tugenze ekyankwanzi. Singa oli bafunye omukisa n'obusobozi, nabo obakyazeeko ekyankwanzi basobole okulaba n'okulozaako okutendekebwa okubeerayo, basobole okuripootinganga n'obuvunaanyizibwa kubanga batandise okulaga enkyuka n'enkola yaabwe ng'erumira eggwanga. Ssebo neeyanziza.
Okay, bye bye. Bye bye.
Tweyanza ssebo.
I had this very specific vision of what I wanted the brand to look like. With Shopify, I could design everything exactly how I wanted it. And it wasn't complicated. I could do it. Bring your vision to life. Start your free trial at shopify.com.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
A very good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. Welcome to News Tonight, this Tuesday, the 13th of January 2026. My name is Michael Jordan Lukoma. We'll start with a look at the headlines. President Yoweri Museveni ends the 90-day campaign trail calling for a peaceful election. Uganda Communications Commission shuts down internet and other related services. Electoral Commission Chairperson Justice Simon Byabakama demonstrates exercise ahead of the polls, while the East African Community Election Observers Mission flagged off for the January 15 elections in Uganda. For tuning in. My name is Michael Jordan Lokumo. Once again, Elizabeth Nakakoni will join us in a few seconds. President Yoweri Museveni has ended the 90-day campaign trail, warning his opponents to drop their plans of disrupting peace in the country. While addressing his last campaign rally at Kolo Independence Grounds in Kampala, Museveni has urged all Ugandans to peacefully vote for his party, adding on that victory is at sight.
It has been a day full of excitement at Kolo ceremonial grounds in Kampala as thousands of NRM supporters attended the last campaign rally of candidate Yoweri Museveni. The Tuesday 13th January 2026 gathering was mainly for party supporters from Kampala Central. However, they were joined by hundreds of loyalists from the entire country. Moments later, the day was brightened by the arrival of candidate Yoweri Museveni. That man with the hat was accompanied by the ever-smiling First Lady, Janet Museveni. Upon taking his seat as the head of state, both the Ugandan and East African anthems were sung.
Because you have led us in the very, very tested and tried and tested way that will ensure stability for our country.
The occasion was then blessed by a session of religious leaders. In attendance were government ministers, heads of departments, international election observers, as well as religious and opinion leaders.
Njakuyozayoza His Excellency Yoweri Museveni okutambula district 147 nga mu mazima alaze akyalina stamina okulidinga ensi yaffe Uganda.
According to the party members, the Kololo rally has been more of a celebration than a campaign gathering.
Excellency, we went around the country. You address rallies. At times you would address 3 rallies in a day, and in the evenings you would have meetings of various levels. We thank you for finishing.
And congratulations to you all for finishing our campaign across the country in peace and harmony. I want to thank the families of Uganda, the women of Uganda, abachala ba Uganda mwenna, the men, the religious leaders, the youth. Thank you all.
The Kololo NRM rally rounds up the 3-month-long campaign marathon for President Museveni.
I have had 143 rallies. They were not just rallies. They were like celebrations because you find they are very happy.
President Museveni is seeking for the 7th term of office as President of Uganda.
This is the quickest way to go from AI beginner to AI fluent in 2026. Watch this.
So this is how I became the most dangerous person in the room. One habit changed everything. I replaced social media with micro-learning. Now, instead of wasting time on social media, I spend 15 minutes a day actually learning how to use AI for writing, planning, brainstorming, the real work. That's it. Just one skill a day. This is the 28-day AI challenge built for beginners over 40. Starts tomorrow. Tap the screen to join us and try the one habit that really makes you unstoppable.
Uganda now is 17 times richer as a country from where it was in 1986.
This, according to President Museveni, has earned Uganda the world's fastest growing economy status.
Uganda is the 5th fastest growing country in the whole world. kati ayagala kwetuga yetuge banange.
For every speaker at this rally spoke with a more louder and clear tone.
I wish to make a humble and firm call to all the citizens of Uganda that on Thursday 15th, February 2025, I want to urge all of you to turn up in large numbers and peacefully exercise your constitutional right and vote for President Yoweri Museveni.
To those who thought NRM was not a party to reckon with, that we are issuing a statement to those who hate us, to those who speak against us.
Therefore, ours is to go out and vote because we have a responsibility. Because we have a responsibility. I have said that our vote is our brick that we put on the building of Uganda.
If voted back into office, President Museveni has pledged to serve the common Ugandan.
Since you are supporting us in the new government, we are going to emphasize some issues which affect the poor.
The 5-year term will also be a tenant of infrastructure development and justice for all, according to the president.
The justice in the courts, makoti, so that people don't be oppressed.
To those contesting against candidate Yoweri Museveni, this is his warning.
I want to advise some of the opposition people. They are saying that they want to do some violence here and there. I want to urge you, don't fear anybody, anything. You go and vote. Anybody who tries to interfere with your freedom will be crushed. We are ready to put an end to this indiscipline. Nobody has got a right to intimidate you. So therefore, go out and vote.
Of course, the message has been written in black and white to all Ugandans that indeed we must choose peace above everything. Because remember, the next government, we need you and me. And if we stay peaceful, we'll live to enjoy that government. I'm Robert Onyango for UBC News here at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds.
The Uganda Communications Commission, that is UCC, has indefinitely suspended public internet access, sale of new SIM cards and outgoing roaming data services following strong recommendations from the Interagency Security Committee, citing principles of public security, safety and order during the forthcoming general elections on Thursday, the 15th of January, 2026. The shutdown, effective from 6 p.m. Tuesday, this very evening, blocks social media, web browsing, video streaming, and mobile internet entirely, with no specified end date, as confirmed by the Executive Director and Engineering of the Uganda Communications Commission.
On the recommendation, a strong recommendation by the Interagency Security Committee, the Uganda Communications Commission has directed all licensed mobile network operators and internet service providers to implement a temporary suspension of the following services. A, public internet access. B, sale of and registration of new SIM cards. C, outbound data roaming services to one network area countries. In respect of the principle of legitimate aim, the internet restriction directed is in line with the legitimate purpose, that is protecting national security, public safety, and public order. This suspension I'm talking about was effective some few minutes back. That is 13th January 2026 at 18 hours and remain in force until a restoration notice is issued by the regulator. Public internet traffic which has been blocked includes social media platforms, web browsing, video streaming, personal email services, and messaging applications, among others. To safeguard public safety, however, critical national functions and the operational integrity of communication infrastructure, UCC has defined an exclusion list, of course, together with the Joint Agency Statutory Committee. We have defined an exclusion list.
Your email is your first online impression. Make it count. With GoDaddy Email, you get a professional address that matches your domain. It builds trust, boosts credibility, and helps grow your brand. Setup is quick, and your inbox is protected with built-in security. And if you ever need help, we're just a call away. Start building your brand, one email at a time.
Which permits continued access to essential services and systems required for network monitoring and management, and is strictly for non-mobile internet services. The following categories of systems have been excluded from the public internet suspension and are strictly applicable to non-mobile services. Essential public services and critical infrastructure that have been whitelisted include the following: healthcare systems and national referral hospitals. Financial services essential for public welfare, including core banking networks, interbank funds transfer and clearing system, ATM networks, URA tax payment systems, government department to department payment gateways, government international payment systems, gateways, etc. More details on these, that is mobile money and financial services, will be provided by the Governor, Central Bank, with the regulator of financial services. Government administrative services, including immigration, electoral commission secure portals, voter verification system, result tabulation networks, and more of these will be given by the government. 4, utilities management, including power grid and payment system, water supply control and payment, fuel distribution logistics. 5, transportation and aviation control systems, including air traffic control, railway signaling, and such other related systems. SIM swaps and SIM upgrade systems within existing regulations. Uganda Communication Commission will continue to be guided on restoration of services by the Interagency Security Committee. Thank you very much, and we do all this for God and our country.
That is Honorable Nyombi Tembo, the Executive Director, Uganda Communications Commission. President Yoweri Museveni today held his final campaign rally at Kololo Independence Grounds, a rally that turned the historic venue into color yellow. The sights, sounds and voices emerged from a day that NRM loyalists say marks a turning point in Kampala's political tide.
Kololo Independence Grounds simmered in yellow, a color that has come to symbolize the enduring grip of the national resistance movement. Thousands of NRM supporters thronged the venue, waving flags, donning yellow berets, and chanting slogans to support President Yoweri Museveni.
The mammoth crowd that you see in Kololo today is a testament of victory, that NRM stands for peace and stability, for development. Everywhere President Museveni, the candidate of National Resistance Movement, has gone, he has been preaching peace.
The rally was a declaration that the NRM support in the capital, once considered shaky, has surged.
For those who keep saying NRM doesn't have members in Kampala, this evidence can be seen by the crowd we have. And all these are voters, and they are going to vote for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
It is believed to be the biggest crowd NRM has seen in Kololo in years. Former Minister and NRM stalwart Florence Nakiwala Kiyinji echoed the sentiment.
The reason why people should vote NRM is that it is inclusive. We have all come from wherever we came from. I was part of the opposition, but I was able to come, welcomed, and became part of the bigger group. So if you're open-hearted and you're open to understanding, you'll be able to be accommodated.
And Kampala Central's own Salim Uhuru Nsubuga, never one to mince his words, was emphatic.
Anyone who loves Uganda should know this election is going to end. So anyone trying to go on protest vote, anyone trying to bring propaganda, you will not change the mindset of the people. The people know what they are going to do, and they are going to vote NRM.
I want to ask the people of Uganda, those of voting age, please do not remain behind. It is your civic duty and right to vote for the candidate of choice. But I want to give you a tip that your candidate of choice should be none other than President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
For now, the party faithful believe the capital has turned a corner. Henry Okrut, UBC.
First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has commended the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, and government partners for their successful collaboration in implementing the Nehemiah Initiative, a nationwide school greening project that has transformed learning environments and strengthened the protection of school land across Uganda. Mrs. Museveni was speaking during the Nehemiah project closeout meeting, which brought together officials from the Ministry of Education and Sports, UNDP, the Ministry of Water and Environment, National Forestry Authority, and some head teachers from beneficiary schools at State House, Nakasero.
Greening schools, greening the future.
Mrs. Museveni described the Nehemiah Initiative as a critical intervention that has laid a strong foundation for greening schools, transforming and building climate-resilient schools, and instilling environmental stewardship among learners. The meeting reviewed the final results of the UNDP-funded $600,000, approximately Ugandan shilling 2.2 billion, initiative implemented in 41 pioneer schools across the country. The First Lady reflected on the biblical inspiration behind the project's name, noting that Nehemiah, the great rebuilder, mobilized people to rebuild the wall around Jerusalem so they would no longer live in disgrace.
Looking at our schools and institutions today, they are still in need of more greening and fencing. I therefore believe that the work is not yet complete. We still have a lot of work to do, and more than anything else really, I wanted all our schools with hedges that would stop animals running into the schools. And
reflecting on her own school days, the First Lady noted that beautiful green compounds were once the standard for Ugandan education.
As we close out and UNDP hands over the project to the ministry, our prayer now is that God alone will give us the increase. The foundation has been laid with our partners holding hands with us. we can now continue to build on what we have started so that we go out and actually participate in what we want to see happen in our schools so that we can give them the ideas of what we really want to see.
Mama Janet reaffirmed her commitment to championing the next phase of the initiative and called upon all stakeholders to build on the gains made to ensure long-term impact.
There are many lessons that we have learned, and these should be able to push us forward as the ministry in sustaining the implementation of this program.
The Nehemiah Initiative Greening Schools project was launched in October 2022 with a vision of building climate-resilient schools, promoting environmental stewardship, fencing schools, and providing shade and beautification of school compounds. It ended in December 2025.
This project has been, I think, it's been quite a good project for, particularly, I know that the vision was, on your part, was to provide the hedges, to beautify, but it has been a very good project for the students involved. There were other projects also that we did in UNDP that linked with Nehemiah.
Key achievements highlighted in the project report presented by UNDP Project Officer Rose Wanyana include the establishment of 3 nurseries in 41 secondary schools across all regions of Uganda, the raising of over 516,000 seedlings, including fruit trees, timber species, medicinal plants, and live hedges, the training of 1,889 students and 93 teachers in nursery management.
I've really learned a lot from this project, Nehemiah Tree Project, and it has really made us learn very many things. These trees, after us planting them in our schools, first of all, they will give us shade. We students, sometimes we find we are hungry, and if the trees are having something, so we can go there, pick something to eat, and we really satisfy our lives.
This project has really done us good. Our students have benefited a lot from it. First of all, it is going to help us in improving the environment. When you plant trees, you'll be in position to protect and improve the environment generally.
First, we faced a challenge of the prolonged drought, but because of the water tank that was provided to us by the funders I've mentioned above, we managed to water our seedlings again because we knew that one day our trees would grow again.
Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
Now, back to the campaign in Kololo. NRM supporters marched to the Kololo ceremonial grounds ahead of the president's final rally. The supporters included border riders, market vendors, and beneficiaries of the various government programs. As they marched to Kololo, President Museveni concluded his campaign trail while mobilizing Ugandans to grant him another term in office.
Kampala residents and NRM supporters filled Kampala streets as they headed to Kololo ceremonial grounds to welcome the NRM party chairman and presidential flag bearer Yoweri Museveni. The NRM supporters were from the 5 divisions of Kampala: Lubaga, Machindi, Kawempe, and Kampala Central. Among the crowds are beneficiaries of different government programs.
Bali bubi nnyo ng'amaduuka tegakola, abakola tegakola, ng'abantu yonna yali nsiko, ng'abantu bafa. Naye kati laba eddembe Museveni lyaleese, abantu beegalya mu nsi yaabwe.
Sooka ebaza Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Era tulina ensonga lwaki tuzze wano okubeera wano e Kololo we tuli nga tuzze okumulaga amaanyi ffe abantu abasobola okubenefitinga from government program for segregation tuzze okumulaga amaanyi nti Kampala ku mulundi guno tulina.
Meanwhile, it was business time for vendors selling snacks and merchandise. In another development, Chiramu inspired NRM flag bearer Daniel Kananula also concluded his campaign in Laris.
waliwo ebintu byemuteekedde okukola byonna nga mwabisuba emyaka nga 50 lwaki nti abantu abadde batukulembera tebaagala kulaga nti omuntu enasobola n'essanyu olw'ebigendererwa byabwe. Kira municipality yeetaaga MP waayo kubanga omwalina yagenda ku international yateeseza nsi yonna.
He promised his electorates that service will be above self if they render votes to NRM flag bearers and President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Tewali bukulembeze bw'ogenda kufunamu nga tebuli mu gavumenti okusobola okuyamba.
Rebecca Nantongo for UBC News.
The Electoral Commission seems ready for Thursday, January 15th presidential and parliamentary elections. The Electoral Commission chairperson, Justice Simon Byabakama, exhibited a live demonstration of the election exercise ahead of the day. Byabakama warns against fake information that could undermine the whole process.
This is the box carrying the ballot papers, the register, the cordoning tapes, the aprons, the extra seals.
It is the time for the last-minute touches to ensure that every stakeholder rightly places the scoring boots ahead of the 15th January polls this Thursday.
If you have your national ID, you can also come with it because the national ID has a barcode. Whether it is expired or not, just come with it.
The Electoral Commission chairperson, Justice Simon Byabakama, invited the press for a live demonstration of the election process. He speaks about the 4 tables provided at each polling station, including the verification, open basin, the ballot box, and where the polling assistant sits with an ink pad.
The second table is supposed to be 15 meters from the first table. So the seating arrangement of the agents, if that is table number 1, they should sit in such a manner they should be in a position to observe what is taking place at table number 1, where the voters are being identified and where the ballot papers are being issued from.
Byabakama issues a warning on the bars selling alcohol and are situated next or close to the polling station to close on the polling day.
So please, you close the bar, you will not collapse for only one day. If you have not made money for this month, you are not going to miss out much money.
The EC chairperson cautions the public against invalid votes, emphasizing the style of ticking a specific ballot. He says some people have misguided the voters on the procedure.
A vote shall not be rendered or declared invalid merely because the tick or thumbprint is not placed in the box designed for that purpose.
Elections in a developing country like Uganda remains a test of the political energy without conflict. Most political analysts, based on the recurring political events and developments, to question the credibility of elections. Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Thank you so much for watching. That is all we had for you in our first segment. We have more news. Please keep it with us.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby,
you can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21 hash and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Huh?
Where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You traveled all the way from Namavundi to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. You work with the NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you.
Pakabanda, you can register for NSSF. I'll contribute to your Simate life. Never deep down in the Marara. Make NSSF payments. No Hala Okubekarangala. NSSF sure is not far. But tomorrow Kuhika Gotido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account to Yoweri. NSSF, a better life.
Welcome home to entertainment. To Wi-Fi everywhere. To high-speed internet. To security. To first-class support. To convenience. Welcome home to MTN Wakanet, superior internet for every home. Visit www.mtn.co.ug/Wakanet. Welcome home. Together, we are unstoppable.
My fellow Ugandan, this is Judge Yoweri Museveni speaking. For many years together, we have built peace, stability, and progress. These are the gains that have transformed our country and improved the lives of millions. As we move towards a qualitative leap to a middle-income country, let us continue protecting these gains by working hard, supporting our families, increasing the PDM funds from 100 million to 200 million per parish, and promoting peace in our communities. Uganda's success depends on each of us doing our part with integrity, discipline, and patriotism. Together, we shall secure our future and build a prosperous Uganda for generations to come. This is Judge Museveni, old man with a heart, with gratitude and commitment to you.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over distraction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
Unisteel Investment Uganda Limited, shaping the future of steel in East Africa and beyond. With an investment of over $100 million and a production capacity of 300,000 metric tons per annum, Unisteel is setting new standards in steel manufacturing. At our state-of-art facility, we produce TMX rebars, branded Unis TMX 500 CWR, and high-quality wire rods using only imported virgin steel billets. Every batch is tested and tracked for unmatched quality assurance. Our steel powers the region's most ambitious projects, from dams, skyscrapers, to bridges and beyond. Unisteel, superior quality, trustworthy choice.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. The East African community has, I beg your pardon, the East African community has flagged off election observation mission that will observe the Thursday, January 15th general elections in Uganda. The Secretary General of the East African Community, Veronica Nduva, says that the initiative aligns with the EAC Treaty and the directive from the EAC Council of Ministers to observe elections in all partner states.
A 60-member team of elections observers from East African Community has been flagged off to monitor the 2026 general elections.
This mission has the 7 countries of East Africa represented, except the Republic of Uganda, because you cannot observe your own election. We have here in this hall representation from the Republic of Kenya, we have representation from the Republic of Tanzania, from the Republic of Rwanda, we have representation from the Republic of South Sudan, we do have representation from the Democratic Republic of Congo and Federal Republic of Somalia. So we are fully represented as East Africa Community, partner state, except the Republic of Uganda for the reason I have already mentioned.
The Secretary General of the East African Community, Veronica Nduva, flagged off the team, pledging commitment to working in accordance with the East African Community Elections Observation Principles.
Observers will engage constructively with key stakeholders, including the Electoral Commission of Uganda, which we already have begun, political parties and candidates, civil society organizations, the media, we are doing that now, security agencies and other regional and international observer missions to ensure a balanced understanding of the electoral environment.
The team lead, Ambassador Edam Kabagwiza, says the mission's goal is to observe the electoral process objectively.
Our role is not to interfere, like I said, in the electoral process, but rather to observe, assess, and report objectively with the ultimate aim of supporting Uganda's democratic institutions and the aspirations of her people.
Guided by the East African Community Treaty, the EAC Election Observation Mission is testament to the region's commitment to democratic values and peaceful elections. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
The Inspector General of Police, Abbas Byakagaba, has reaffirmed the enforcement of clear rules of engagement during election policing and called on the public to cooperate to ensure peace and stability throughout the process. Byakagaba was commenting on the heightened deployment and impromptu security patrols across major cities and towns in the country.
With only a few hours remaining to the start of the 2026 presidential and parliamentary general elections, security visibility has heightened within the Kampala metropolitan area.
We shall also continue the deployments during tallying and results declaration. We shall also continue to enforce lawful management of demonstrations and disputes. And then we'll also continue to give information to the public in order to build confidence and transparency.
The Inspector General of Police, Abbas Byakagaba, explains that increased security visibility is a strategic approach to manage electoral uncertainties.
We have interagency coordination for purposes of intelligence gathering and sharing. And we have already established rapid response and reserve forces for immediate intervention. We also have focus on hotspot areas with history of electoral tension.
Police and other sister agencies have also established a rapid response force to uphold constitutional rules of the exercise.
Our other tasks include securing, escorting, and protection of electoral materials. We are also tasked with controlling access and perimeter security at all tally centers. And within this, we keep emphasizing the clear rules of engagement and the use of force.
Police have called upon all stakeholders in the electoral process to support the exercise.
The Uganda Police Force reaffirms its unwavering commitment to ensuring peaceful and secure environment for elections. We therefore call for continued collaboration and vigilance from all stakeholders to safeguard the integrity of the electoral process and to strengthen public confidence in democracy.
With the security presence at polling stations is sometimes perceived as intimidating to voters, while police insist that the deployment is secure and credible for the electoral process. Abudunasele Lubwama and Rogers Komagum for UBC.
The Katikiro of Buganda Kingdom, Charles Peter Maiga, has appealed to the public to maintain peace as they turn up to vote at different levels and have the right to demand for accountability and service delivery. He was meeting independent candidates who had paid him a courtesy visit at the Kingdom headquarters in Mengo.
With just a day left to the election date for presidential and parliamentary levels, the Buganda Kingdom has urged voters to participate in voting exercise. The Katikiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Maiga, met with independent candidates contesting at different levels and advised that it is time for Ugandans to make choice.
Buganda urges all Ugandans who are registered voters to go and vote. It's important to vote. You cannot worry about vote rigging when you haven't voted. First go and vote. Then you'll have grounds to say that you were cheated of your victory.
The Revolutionary People's Party presidential candidate, Frank Bulida, also attended the meeting. Oweekitiibwa Maiga reminded voters about the responsibilities of a legislator.
MP is not supposed to build roads. He's not supposed to build hospitals or pay school fees for children in his constituency. But he's supposed to air the need for good roads in that constituency. The need for roads, for hospitals, well equipped. That's the role of an MP. It's government's role to build roads, to build hospitals, build schools, to help people fight poverty. Government cannot distribute money to individuals and they get out of poverty. But government can support the efforts of those who have initiated certain programs that can eradicate poverty.
Josephine Mugera, popularly known as Fine Masanyalaze, contesting to represent workers in Parliament, commended Buganda Kingdom for supporting youth and promoting talents.
Abavubuka bangi nga bw'okiwulira kite ate abavubuka bali so attracted eri ewaffe mu bannabyabutone. So abantu abo tulina obbategekera tulabe amateeka gabakwasaganyizaawa.
Other candidates also shared their views about their visit to the Katikiro.
We had a good engagement this morning and would like to appreciate the fairness that Buganda has expressed. We really appreciate, and we also appreciate the message of peace, but also stern participation in the 2026 general elections by the Katikiro of Buganda.
We would like to thank him for the message he's given us. It was a wonderful one, where he stressed the essence of voting leaders who have the competence or who have the meritocracy to vote somebody on merit, somebody who has all the qualities.
Speaker of Parliament Annette Anita Mong has rallied Bukedea district residents to support President Yoweri Museveni and NRM flag bearers in the forthcoming elections. She urged the voters to reward Museveni with a 100% vote, citing his continued commitment to development and service delivery in the district.
15th 2026 general elections, campaigns for different political parties are now on the final stretch. Speaker of Parliament Annette Among has been rallying support for the NRM presidential flag bearer Yoweri Museveni and all the party flag bearers in various sub-counties of Bukedea district. Speaker Among emphasizes the need to empower the youth through skills development, saying an NRM victory will strengthen government programs aimed at tackling unemployment.
The campaign that we are having in Bukedea today, I have come to remind the people of Bukedea that on 15th they must go and vote for the president and the flag bearers. And because me I'm an opposed, and the member of parliament of Kachumbala is an opposed, they would maybe forget. But now we have to remind them by having full rallies. Biggest population of the voters of Uganda are the youth. 75% are the youth. So we need to empower this youth for them to be productive enough.
Bukedia District LC5 chairperson Akol Mary welcomed the speaker, describing her visit as a major boost to party supporters during the final stretch of the campaigns.
It is a great occasion today that she's moving all over the district, from sub-county to sub-county, village to village, to make sure that the people vote in NRM flag bearers. More so His Excellency, the President of Uganda, and then the rest of the flag bearers, especially the Member of Parliament, the LC5, LC3s. We have them up to LC1.
Youth leader Julius Omuge praised the speaker's pledge to expand vocational training opportunities, saying it will help address unemployment among the young people.
The speaker has promised us as youth that after elections, she's going to come back and empower on the youth. One of the things, vocational studies for us, the youth. You find nowadays in Uganda, most people, they have studied, but you find that somebody is studying and is not able to get a job. But when the Speaker of Parliament brings like a vocational institute here in Chodong, you find that we shall be able to do tailoring, carpentry, welding, which will empower us as youth.
It is so important for her to come and make a recap for His Excellency. As we are giving a block of vote for His Excellency, General Yoweri Museveni here in Bukedia.
The rally forms a part of the NRM's final campaign push, urging voters in Bukedia district to turn out in large numbers and vote decisively for President Museveni and all the NRM candidates. Jamila Oluka, UBC News, Bukedia district.
Traders at Nyendo Market are concerned over soaring license fees, and they say they face a lot of challenges as business people. The traders were welcoming Masaka City Woman MP aspirant Justin Namere.
Nyendo Market traders welcomed Masaka City Woman MP aspirant Justin Namere, whom she freely shared individual concerns. She said her motivation is to address the challenges facing Masaka residents.
bagamba kukwata sente oziwe nomugamba munayi bantu salideko kasente agamba bate wali katekeko gundi tukoleki baba agala kutekako kusibako busibisiru ka business kutandika kutandisi ogwino okwererako abaana kwekuli zolya kwekuli leeti ogwino kwesanga okolera bwerere.
She pledged to fight for a fair and transparent taxation system in Masaka City and proper regulation of license fees.
Ekibuga kino kiyina ebizibu binyigiriza abantu kyekimu owene ali munyigiriza ngoyo era atali wene ali obwavu bungi abantu tebalina gye bajja capital omwaka gutandika ne gugwa ku muntu anoonya capital n'abo bwafuna amuwola balinamu kuba bifaananyi mpaka mu kiseera. License zene Masaka ewalala simanyi bwe kiri naye ne Masaka mu city license zirimu babuloka sente zigenda mu gavumenti ate zanjawulo kuzisoolera babuloka baafuuka ekizibu mu buli kintu.
Namere also promised to advocate for the establishment of a traders bank.
Bafe bagenda kuba beewolera ku miruka era nga abantu bakungayo bansuubiza nti bajja kumpa akalulu binaaba bitambudde bulungi tugenda kubeera ne banka y'abayimbi nga tuwolera ku miruka abantu bafe beewole miliyoni 5 n'okukka wansi miliyoni 5 miliyoni 4 nga tekuli musingo nga tekuli magoba nga bwowulira nti banka y'abayimbi ate omuyimbi omusaba omusingo nga bagirya bagigabana n'abamu ku bakulu wano.
She urged residents to prioritize competence over political parties when voting. Traders flanked by roadside vendors expressed hope in her leadership.
NRM mobilizers from Chanja, led by Luce Ondoga, spent the day in Luwero district soliciting for President Yoweri Museveni's votes and the NRM flag bearers. They were joined by spouses of the soldiers as they traversed areas of Katikamu South.
Chanja NRM mobilizers with the spouses of soldiers spent the day soliciting for votes for President Yoweri Museveni and NRM flag bearers. They traversed Bombo, Wobulenzi and Katikam South constituency with NRM flag bearers. Haj Abubakar Kalume is aspiring member of parliament for Katikam South. He called upon the electorate to entrust him with leadership.
In our last rally, I want to appeal to the people of the voters of Katikam South constituency. First of all, I want to appreciate the support they have given me all along, and I pray that tomorrow but one, on Thursday, they go and take NRM. I've been requesting that we have 3 candidates, Yoweri Museveni, Haj Abubakar Kalume and Honorable Chirabo Agnes. And I want to request kindly that this should be the only people whom they should target so that we can also benefit from the government programs.
The NRM mobilizers called upon Ugandans to entrust power with the NRM party.
Chanja community mobilizers. We are here in Bombo campaigning for His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni and our flag bearers. As you know, His Excellency Museveni is an altar. He's a principality of leadership. He is an altar of peace, of defense, of prosperity, of regional integration, trade, wealth creation. As you know, he's an altar of protection for our children of Uganda.
We decided to come to Bombo to do this campaign today, which is the final day of the campaigns for all candidates. And for us, we are here from President Museveni, who is our favorite president, who has led us for some good time. And indeed, there's a lot that he has done that we need to protect as wives of soldiers. And we are saying, as wives of soldiers, let's vote for NRM.
Major David Mwanga has assured Ugandans of continued peace and stability during and after elections. We have the details.
The senior officer urged communities to reject violence, misinformation and actions that undermine national cohesion, instead encouraging dialogue and cooperation with state institutions.
Tugenda kubakaka okola ensuku, tugenda kubakaka obuntu abeere n'ekintu awaka. Ekisanja kino kye tuliko si kyakuzannya buzanyi, kyakubajja mu bwavu, okubajja ddala mu bwavu. Ennyanja mugiveemu tulunde ebyennyanja nga ffe tubyetwalira ebweru.
Major Chibirango also appealed to President Yoweri Museveni to inject more resources into the fisheries sector, describing it as a critical driver of employment, food security and export earnings.
Era nkubiriza bannayuganda mwenna muve mu ntobazi okulimiramu ebintu ebirala byonna, omuceere tuge tulime ebyennyanja. Pulezidenti sente yazituwadde era yaziyisizza mu International Security Organization. Nolwekyo nkubiriza abakulembeze mwenna mu bitundu byammwe nti Samuda Fish Farming Project wetuli ne mukama wange Lieutenant Colonel Frank Banana batukasa omulimu guno. Ate ensigo tuzirina, fingerlings tuzirina mu bungi. Tugenda kubasimira ebidiba tubayambeko abalala okulaba nga mulunda ebyennyanja bino. Era abannayuganda mugenda kuva mu bwavu. Tetugenda kubayigiriza ekyo kyokka. Ne ku luno buli maka galina okubeeramu olusuku.
He noted that increased investment in fish farming, value addition and environmental protection would empower communities, especially those near wetlands and water bodies.
The Ministry of Works and Transport, in collaboration with the Uganda Police Force, is rolling out the mandatory motor vehicle inspection services as one of the interventions to improve road safety, protect the environment, and safeguard the health and well-being of the public. The key items for inspection are the braking system, suspension system, the lighting system, the exhaust emissions, and the general mechanical conditions of the vehicles, among others. The exercise has commenced for all government vehicles, public service vehicles PSVs, operating on fixed routes with route charts, private omnibuses PMOs, tourist vehicles, and those as may be referred by the Uganda Police Force in a dangerous mechanical condition. Other categories including private vehicles, light omnibuses, taxis, Trucks and motorcycles will begin on a date to be communicated by the Minister of Works and Transport. The vehicle inspection centers are Kawanda on Bombo Road and Namamve on Jinja Road for motorcycles, light and heavy vehicles, Nabingo on Masaka Road and Namulanda on Entebbe Road for motorcycles and light vehicles. Mbale, Gulu and Bara inspection centers are for all categories of vehicles. The inspection fees have been significantly reduced to ensure compliance. Get your vehicles ready for inspection. Safer vehicles, safer road users, safer journeys. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Works and Transport.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotellaconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
We thank you so much for watching. Welcome back from the break. Now, National Council of Sports General Secretary Dr. Bernard Rugwel has applauded government for investment in the sports sector. This was in the aftermath of a recent achievement of Uganda's cross-country team that shone brilliantly at the world level in the US.
Uganda's World Cross Country Championship team has returned from the United States of America. The championship, at which Uganda won 7 medals, was hosted at the Appalachia Regional Park in Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah, the championship was very good, and of course we had the best performance ever in the history of running in Uganda, and Uganda delivered exceptional performance this time.
The Ugandan medals were by Jacob Kiplimo, who won the senior men gold. Joy Cheptoek got a senior women silver, and Charity Cherop returned with a junior women bronze medal.
It was good, and as we promised before we go, we have fulfilled the promise, the rest, the flag. Yeah.
The other medals were from the team events of senior men and women, who won bronze. Junior boys got silver, while the junior women won a rare gold medal.
It is not only exciting but historical for Uganda as a country that this particular race brings 3 things on the board. 1, to show the world the abundant talent Uganda has in athletics, and also to demonstrate that the government of Uganda is committed to promoting sports. Under the NRM government, we have benefited a lot and won many more medals in other sport disciplines.
National Council of Sports General Secretary Dr. Bernard Patrick Ogwell is optimistic that the new sports law will spur better results.
I want to call upon all Ugandans to support our children to love sports. Moreover, with the exciting government policy and budget allocation, now the ground is leveled. We want to intensify these efforts through our school systems to see that at primary level, at secondary level, our children are given all the support required technically, but also in terms of the equipment they want to use so that we can dominate the world.
On top of the medals, the athletes also won themselves hefty cash prizes that augurs well with the notion of sport as a worthy career.
There is something unique in sport. It is productive, not consumptive. So the theorists who believe that sport is consumptive and not productive, I also call upon you to review your stance and heavily invest in athletics. And as a ministry, we'll do everything required for government to see that we take advantage and make Uganda a proud nation, a proud sporting nation.
This success that starts off a year that is loaded with international engagement is as a result of government's intentional emphasis on infrastructure development, which in essence calls for another term for the national resistance movement.
I want, on a very strong note, from all the big achievements and the continued government support to the sports subsector and to the Ministry of Education and Sport, to call upon all Ugandans, especially the athletes, to go out and vote in big numbers. Go and vote for our leadership of this country. I know we have gained, and you not let us down. The leadership of this country is responsible, the leadership is committed, and we know your continued support to the leadership in the government will give us and protect the gains we have made and continue to unveil the best of this country in terms of talent and development.
At the World Cross Country Championship, Uganda was represented by 26 athletes in 4 genres, highlighted by the senior men, won by Jacob Kiplimo, who returns on Thursday.
That brings us to the end of what we had for you at this moment. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. Bye-bye for now.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Good evening. Welcome to the second edition of News Tonight. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakoni, and this is what we have for you this time round. President Yoweri Museveni has ended the 90-day campaign trail by warning opponents to drop their plans of disrupting peace in the country. Museveni was addressing his last campaign rally at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds in Kampala.
It has been a day full of excitement at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds in Kampala as thousands of NRM supporters attended the last campaign rally of candidate Yoweri Museveni. The Tuesday 13th January 2026 gathering was mainly for party supporters from Kampala Central. However, they were joined by hundreds of loyalists from the entire country. Moments later, the day was brightened by the arrival of candidate Yoweri Museveni. That man with the heart was accompanied by the ever-smiling First Lady, Janet Museveni. Upon taking his seat as the head of state, both the Ugandan and East African anthems were sung.
Because you have led us in the very, very tested and tried and tested way that will ensure stability for our country.
The occasion was then blessed by a session of religious leaders.
Ekisanja kino kigenda tumalako ebigenge byonna ebibadde bitubonyaabonya.
In attendance were government ministers, heads of departments, international election observers, as well as religious and opinion leaders.
Basebe ne banyabo, njakuyozayoza His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni okutambula districts 147 nga mu mazima alaze akyalina stamina okulidinga ensi yaffe Uganda.
According to the party members, the Colorado rally has been more of a celebration than a campaign gathering.
Excellency, we went around the country. You address rallies. At times you would address 3 rallies in a day, and in the evenings you would have meetings of various levels. We thank you for finishing.
And congratulations to you all for finishing our campaign across the country in peace and harmony. I want to thank the families of Uganda, the women of Uganda, abachala ba Uganda mwenna, the men, the religious leaders, the youth. Thank you all.
The Colorado NRM rally rounds up the 3-month-long campaign marathon for President Museveni.
I have had 143 rallies. They were not just rallies. They were like celebrations. Because you find they are very happy.
President Museveni is seeking for the 7th term of office as President of Uganda.
Uganda now is 17 times richer as a country from where it was in 1986.
This, according to President Museveni, has earned Uganda the world's fastest growing economy status.
Uganda is the 5th fastest growing country in the whole world. For
every speaker at this rally spoke with a more louder and clear tone.
I wish to make a humble and firm call to all the citizens of Uganda that on Thursday 15th, February 2025, I want to urge all of you to turn up in large numbers and peacefully exercise your constitutional right and vote for President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. To those who thought NRM was not a party to reckon with, that we are issuing a statement to those who hate us, to those who speak against us.
Therefore, ours is to go out and vote because we have a responsibility. Because we have a responsibility. I have said that our vote is a brick that we put on the building of Uganda.
If voted back into office, President Museveni has pledged to serve the common Ugandan.
Since you are supporting us in the new government, we are going to emphasize some issues which affect the poor.
The 5-year term will also be a tenant of infrastructure development and justice for all, according to the president.
The justice in the courts, Makoti.